Over the years, journalists and critics have driven themselves balmy trying to define the elusive character of my next guest. They've all acknowledged her great talents, and her latest film reaffirms what she undoubtedly is, a serious and highly accomplished actress. Ladies and gentlemen, Julie Andrews. What, do I say welcome home? I don't know.
I hope so, yes. This still feels like home to me.
Does it?
Yes, indeed.
Because you've lived here and there, haven't you?
Yes, here and there.
Mm. Your latest film, now, I mentioned the serious actress, and it's a very serious film indeed, Duet for One, about a musician with multiple sclerosis, which is difficult to say.
Let alone to portray it, right?
Yes, how difficult was it? Was it most difficult so far?
I think it was one of the hardest films I've ever had to do, yes. It was very powerful and terribly sad and moving and quite a real challenge, but I loved trying to do it.
How did you prepare yourself for it?
Well, I asked a lot of questions. I asked my own doctor for sort of details of the illness and what really caused it and so on. And we had an advisor on the film as well, a very nice doctor. And then eventually, just before I started filming here, I went down to a clinic in Kent and spoke to a whole group of people who had multiple sclerosis. And I was very nervous about going down because I felt I might be prying on their private lives. It might not be welcome. And I could not have been given a better reception. They were so pleased that I came to ask the questions and that I cared to try to do it properly. The sad thing about the film is that actually it doesn't deal so much with the physical side of the illness as it does with the emotional aspects of it, how people deal with it emotionally, because sometimes the illness can take quite a while to develop, and we only had a certain amount of time on film.
There was lots of bare flesh in it and lots of strong language, mostly yours. Do you feel now that you have, not the first time either, you finally laid a Poppins ghost to rest?
You think so?
Well, I'm asking you, really.
Well, I've never actually, people seem to think that I've consciously tried to lay it to rest with the roles I've done. And I haven't, because all along I've tried to sort of do as many varied and different things as possible. But people seem to remember the things that were the most successful, and I guess those were Poppins and Sound of Music, and one gets kind of bracketed by things like that.
Now, all of you seem to have been put on a beer crate at the age of 3 to perform...
You too?
Oh, yes. Well, 4.
Oh, sorry, yes, 4 in his case. He waited a while. Were you a little show-off?
I guess I was a bit. My aunt had a dancing school for many, many years, and I appeared in all her plays, and at school I appeared in school plays, and I was very proud when I played Robin Hood and got to slap my thigh and cavort around. I guess I loved to show off, yeah.
Were you a pretty little girl?
No, not at all. At least I didn't think I was. I had a boss eye and buck teeth and bandy legs. And
apart from that, you were lovely.
My mummy loved me, yes. Yeah.
What did you do when you were tiny fellows then, on the crate?
Well, I started this, the same kind of thing. I think most entertainers like to show off. I mean, I think that's what you have to have that in you before you can get on the stage.
And if you don't like to do it at first, you certainly probably get to like it, because it is a tremendous thrill to please people.
Exactly.
That's right.
You get kind of turned on.
That's right. And the audience, any audience, will always turn you on. I mean, when I actually got my first laugh in the old Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, it was like adrenaline coursing through the veins. It was just fantastic. Fantastic.
How old were you then?
Oh, much older than 3.
Julie, how much singing do you do these days?
Well, as much as I can. I don't get up and sing in public as much as I used to, and I'm sad about that because I love it so. But I do try to keep my voice in shape, and it's a question of priorities these days, and somehow I manage to do some singing practice most days in the week. But it's usually like in my car driving to the office or something like that, and I usually astound people by pulling faces and singing high notes, and when I come up with the stop sign, everybody says, "What the hell is she doing?"
Breaking a few windows, yeah. Leslie, you've done musical, of course. You favour the Rex Harrison style of singing.
Well, it's not even as good as that. It's I played. Stop laughing, Tom. How do you know?
I just hear you sing.
So you did. So you did. Yes, or try to. No, I played Chesney Allen in the life story of Flanagan and Allen. And of course the great thing about Ches was that he couldn't actually sing either. And he, in order to carry the tune, he had to swoop upwards to the notes that were laid down by Bud Flanagan, who sang so high only dogs could hear him anyway. I mean, marvellous Jewish cantor-type voice. And dear old Ches used to, I mean, he used to sing, how, down, love, to want, to round, your back, street, I just swoop up to the notes. And he got the idea. I asked him before he died. Well, I couldn't ask him afterwards. Hello, Ches. Can you hear me, Bobby? And I asked him, you know, what gave him the idea, and he said that he admitted that he got the idea from a baritone called Whispering Jack Smith, and he based his entire singing career on that particular ability to swoop up to the notes.
I used to remember them singing underneath the arch.
I'll have to read my drink. Sorry, I thought we were all doing it. I mentioned Rex Harrison, and I think he just got that idea from himself. No one else sang
I think he sort of invented that way of singing.
You worked with him for some years, didn't you?
Yes, I worked with Rex for, altogether, I did My Fair Lady for 3.5 years, which seems like a long, long time when you're doing it. How long are you going to be in London, do you think, Tom? Hoping that you're a huge success.
Well, if this, you know, if I do this Matador, it'll be the first musical I would have ever attempted.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know how long it will take, you know, to establish myself in the role.
Well, if that song's anything to go by, it should be a huge success.
Well, I'm excited about it because the music is really wonderful. I've never really wanted to do a musical up until now, after listening to these songs, you know.
It's really stuck in the mind. Underneath the arm. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a life without singing? I don't suppose you can.
Not really. I mean, I've always, and coming from Wales especially, I mean, 9 people out of 10 sing. So there's music around constantly. I mean,
you should hear the 10th.
But growing up, you know, in family gatherings and everything, you had to sing. Everybody had to do something. If you couldn't sing, you'd have to tell a joke or tap dance or something. So music has always been a big part of my life. I don't know what I would do if I couldn't sing.
My singing teacher used to say that singing with a wonderful orchestra is like being carried along in a very comfortable armchair. And it is like that, isn't it? It's a great feeling.
Well, to me, I mean, being on stage is the closest thing to actually making love, you know. I mean, it's the same kind of, the adrenaline runs, you know, I mean, it's everything.
Oh, well, I'll never drink water. I was destined for the church myself.